Good afternoon. Today is August 11th, 2026. If everyone would join us in a pledge of allegiance, please. Dee, would you lead us off, please?
Sure, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, move on now. Whoops, I have to just move up. Look at that. Okay, I know we've got, you got any minutes? I want to play for review, right? Thank you. We're up there. Yeah, well, at least, yeah. One set of minutes, commissioners meeting of August 4th, 2026. Entertain a motion. So moved. Let's have a second. Second. All those in favor? Aye. Aye. Okay, reports. Helen, you got any
I
reports?
don't
Nope.
have anything.
Have you got anything, commissioners, in that regard?
I don't know.
Okay.
Reports, no.
Correspondence, Helen.
I have nothing. Except we did get something from Headwaters today. With an invoice attached.
An invoice?
Yeah.
Headwaters RCD out of Butte. Okay, that's probably just our dues.
Hmm,
I think they kind of gave an overview of what they've been doing.
I think they do it per population.
do you commissioners have any correspondence?
No. Correspondence, Forest Service, the folks that came in earlier this year about the Forest Service buying land up in the
Oh.
park, remember that?
Oh, yeah.
They've got a silver bow deal going on now, just right up there, kind of outside of Elk Park, and there's a landowner up there that's giving them a bunch of acreage, and the Forest Service is working on buying some of it, so it's kind of a buy some, get some type deal, but one of the parcels is in Jefferson County. It's like about a 10-acre parcel, and they're want our support on them buying that, so they have to go through the whole process of getting funding and all that. So they're looking for a letter of support. She just sent me the email, I'll forward it over to you guys. And then she's also wondering about I think it's 2 Jefferson County parcels up there on top of whatever they call that. I told her we would discuss that as well and see if it's agreeable to let go of those and let the Forest Service have them, since they're really useless to us anyway. So
It's all that's that downfall and stuff like the others, right, from before?
what's that?
More than likely, it's like the downfall.
Well, there's no access to
Yeah,
them.
no,
There's
access to it. Okay.
Yeah, the
I know
Jefferson
there's
County
two.
lots. They're up by the Lady of the Rockies
Lady of
back
the
there
Rockies,
somewhere.
Back
aren't
up
they?
in there.
Yeah, so unless you're gonna start a ski hill or something, they're probably pretty useless.
And it's surrounded mostly by the last deal that came out to talk to us about.
Right.
Mhm.
By that property.
Oh, okay, all right.
So we'll put that in the agenda for a future meeting, but they said if at all possible to have that letter of support to them by first part of September, so we got a couple weeks.
Helen, what do you got on the agenda, the 25th? Or you already put that out? You haven't put it out yet, right?
No. Coffee, it looks like. I have nothing.
Can you go ahead and put it on then, please? That should be. You just gotta make a determination.
Yeah, she gave me all the information, so I'll get it to you guys and then we can
Okay.
talk about it at that meeting, and
Okay, sounds good. 2 weeks then from today.
I can work on that, getting an actual agenda description on there, Helen.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir. Okay, you ready? Okay, calendar review, please.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Their weed board tonight
Yes.
at
Whitehall.
6 in Whitehall. Tomorrow, planning board at 7. Thursday, let's see, Trico's been canceled. Survey review at 1:30. Commissioner Kirsch is Friday. And next Monday, Boulder City Council at 6:30 and Whitehall Town Council at 7.
Right. Any additions or corrections, commissioners?
Nope, I have none.
I don't know if I heard you say it or not. I don't know if she is or isn't. I haven't been able to figure it out on their emails, but there's supposed to be a CTAC meeting at 8 in the morning, in Whitehall, Thursday, 13th.
Okay,
Because yours was canceled, wasn't it? Your VTAC? Yeah, so
Yeah, last week, yeah.
that new secretary between her and Sam, I don't know if they communicate too well.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving along. Commissioner reports, Commissioner Drew.
Oh, on the sixth, last Thursday, I had a road safety meeting. Jesse gave a couple good presentations. We had Stormy down from the state fund, introduced himself, talked to the road crew a little about the E-mods and how it affects them and what a good job they've been doing. EWG was canceled, as was survey review, because Ginger was gone, and I attended a Zoom Mako meeting on Monday. Basically, we just talked about some stuff coming up in the legislature and what's on in the future.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Kirsch.
Yeah, my week was really light last week, unusual as far as meetings go. BTAC was canceled. I jumped on that Mako coffee and catch up meeting right towards the end of it. I thought it was gonna be an hour, but they got done about.
It goes pretty quick,
Yeah, it's pretty fast.
about
I
35 minutes maybe.
missed most of the meeting. But that's always a good one, hear from Mako. We did have a solid waste board meeting this morning and everything's going well with solid waste, no safety issues. Yeah, other than that, it's pretty much business as usual. He's short a driver, so he's been having to pick up the slack and getting some comp time and overtime, but hopefully we'll get a driver heading down one of these days. Met with the road supervisor for a few minutes after that. Same kind of business as usual, just a lot of various little issues around the county, but all in all, doing a good job. Had a little bit of a in-depth discussion about falling trees and what our policies, or at least our opinions are about what trees they can fall and what trees they can't fall, and when we need to look for professional help versus trying to do it ourselves. So I think they're pretty good on that. We've got people, we got one person down in Whitehall, so we only have one person that's been working with one person. Trying to think, is he down one here as well? So we got one person in, one person in Boulders.
Yep.
They've been kind of tag teaming between Whitehall and Boulder jobs back and forth, so hopefully we'll get those positions filled too. And we've got one of our positions in Boulder that'll be gone for a while here in September, so we're gonna be really shorthanded here this fall, but. Yeah, I know.
Can you see now?
Can see.
Let's see. That Cataract Flat meeting is Thursday, starting at the shop here and then probably moving up to the Cataract job site later that morning to take a look at that Cataract project we're working on. And Bear's gonna go attend a road stabilization chemical meeting in Harlowtown next week, so he won't be here for a road meeting next week. We won't have a road meeting next week. But they're gonna go try a certain chemical in two different processes. One, grinding it in with a big machine that grinds up the road and puts the chemical in it, then they roll it out. And then they're gonna do the same chemical, just applying it with a grater and a spray bar, I guess, putting in with a grater without the big machine. And then they're gonna do were they mile increments? I can't remember.
3 different mile increments.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then last mile, they're working with process where they grind it with this big grinder, and at the same time they infuse some kind of concrete mixed blend into it and grind it all up, smooth it out good, water it, then roll it, and it comes out almost a hard surface road. And then it's kind of a new process, new technology, I guess. And concrete is a new technology, but putting it into the gravel like that and sealing it off, we'll see what happens. We're really struggling getting something to hold these roads together for more than 3 weeks, I guess, is what we get out of a grading now with nothing. Trying to either get a chemical or a concrete substance or whatever to hold these roads together for a little longer, so it saves us some time and money. So So he'll be gone looking at that next week, and hopefully we come up with some good results that we can use here in our county. Then we had an elected officials luncheon meeting after that, and got a report from all the elected officials. I think Deanna and Sarah were the only ones that weren't here today, so it was a good meeting as well. So that's what I had going on last week and this week, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner. The only thing I had was last week was the BBRD, which was last, well, it was a Wednesday, but I wasn't able to attend to a personal appointment, so that's all I've got. Now is the opportunity for public comment. Anyone wishing to speak? If anything that's not on the agenda, please feel free to do so. First identifying yourself, but again, we cannot take any action at this point in time. Is there anyone that would have public comment or speak upon it? We're good. Okay. We're gonna get to resolutions 14-2026, the salaries of county officials. Excuse me. That smoke. Okay. Resolution 14-2026 is the salaries of county officials, whereas the county governing body shall, by resolution on or before August 1st of each year, adjust and uniformly fix the salaries of the county clerk and recorder, county treasurer, county superintendent of schools, county sheriff, and clerk of district court based upon the recommendations of the county compensation board provided for in 7-4-2503, parentheses 4, which is Montana Code Annotated. Whereas the compensation board has recommended the following: that the clerk and recorder be compensated for election duties in the amount of $2,000. That the clerk and recorder be compensated an additional $5,203.88 for assessor duties. That the clerk and recorder be compensated an additional $2,000 for county surveyor duties. That the sheriff be compensated an additional $7,059.78 for coroner duties. That the treasurer and clerk of district court be compensated an additional $2,000. That the elected officials receive a 3% increase on the base salary of fiscal year 2025-2026 for the 2026-2027 fiscal year. And let's see if I need to go over anything else. I think that pretty much covers it. Anyone have any questions on this one? Or, okay, no questions? Then I would entertain a motion.
I'll move to approve resolution 14-2026, salaries of county officials, Mr. Chairman.
Have a second?
Second, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Any other discussion, gentlemen?
No, I think we're staying pretty flat. Typically, we raise, everything was the same this year except for the 3% COLA increase, and we try to stay equal with inflation if we can afford to. And typically, as we went through our budgets, that was about the only increase in any budget was that 3% COLA for our employees. Because I believe not only the elected officials get that raise, but that allows the deputies to get the raise, and then also the longevity, yeah. So all that kind of plays together. So this will kind of cement all the increases through every position in the county, I believe. So cost of living increase is about it for this one. I think the union started out asking for 6%, or was it?
Yeah, I don't remember what it was.
5%?
Something like that. 3.
Yeah, it was definitely, I think it was 6.
We got it down to the rate of inflation, which is where we'd like to be, to kind of keeps track with inflation, which you got to give them a little bit extra every year or else you fall behind. Then when 5 years comes up, you're so far behind, you got to catch up or you start losing all your employees. So if you can pay them a little more every year, then you keep up with that, and you don't have a big jump after a few years. So.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any other discussion? Okay, motion on the floor. I would entertain a motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All, motion carried. Resolution 15-2026, salary of the Justice of the Peace. Whereas pursuant to 3-10-207 Montana Code Annotated, the Board of County Commissioners is required to set the salary for the Justice of the Peace by resolution. And whereas 3-10-207 Montana Code requires that the salary of the Justice of the Peace be set at a level not less than the salary received by the district clerk of court. And whereas 3-10-208 Montana Code annotated, require the office hours be designated by the Board of Commissioners by resolution. And now therefore be resolved that the Justice Court office shall be open to the public for transaction business from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. And then from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. every day of the year except holidays, Saturdays and Sundays, staff will report at 8 a.m. Be it further resolved that the salary for the justice of the peace for fiscal year 2026-27 be set at $77,628.99 plus existing longevity. In addition, pursuant to Montana Code annotated 7-4-2503 parentheses 2F, in addition to the base salary, the justice of the peace shall receive an additional $2,000 per year. I would entertain a motion.
Make a motion, Mr. Chairman, we approve resolution 15-2026, salary of the justice of the peace.
Thank you, sir. Have a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Resolution. Just a moment. Oh. Oh. Okay, we'll just do it. Resolution 16-2026, large taxpayer reserve fund. I'm gonna show you something. I just got this one. Right? Oh, never mind.
We're just shuffling them on.
You are
I
shuffling
can
them on.
promise you.
Yeah,
14,
you're right.
You'll sign these when you're done.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
That's just.
I don't have a lease in my hand just yet. Okay. Yes, okay, 16-2026, large taxpayer reserve fund. Whereas pursuant to 7-6-620 Montana Code annotated effective fiscal year 2027, a local government large taxpayer reserve account may be established. And whereas money deposited in a local government large taxpayer reserve account must remain in the account and may not be appropriated until a large taxpayer has permanently ceased operations or experienced a significant decrease in taxable value. And whereas money held in the large taxpayer reserve account may not be considered as cash balance for the purpose of reducing mill levies. And whereas money in the large taxpayer reserve account must be invested, and interest and income from the investment must be credited to the account. And whereas when circumstance occurs necessitating the use of the large taxpayer reserve account, the governing body shall use funds to pay for outstanding capital project bonds or other expenses incurred prior to the cessation of operations or a significant decrease in taxable value for up to 10 years. To decrease mill levies of the county that are directly impacted by cessation of operation or significant decrease in taxable value, to attract new industry, to provide cash incentives for expanding the employment base, or to invest in infrastructure directly related to new development or housing. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of County Commissioners of Jefferson County, the large taxpayer reserve account will be created and 10% of newly taxable revenue from classes of property other than class 4 will be deposited into larger taxpayer reserve account. Entertain a motion.
I'll move that one, Mr. Chairman, resolution 16-2026, large taxpayer reserve fund.
Second,
Second.
any other discussion?
I think Ginger could probably help us explain this one a little
Oh,
better, but.
please, by all means.
The new
Thank you.
property
I could-
tax.
I could take a stab at it, but you're probably better at it than I am.
Yeah. So the gist is that this is a new legislation, and it basically allows for a county to take some of their newly taxable revenue, which is not subject to the inflationary cap from the previous year calculations. So we can take some of that and put it in essentially what is a savings account, but it cannot be used unless a large taxpayer, which is someone whose total property in the county equates to 20% of the, or is in the top 20%. So then if we lose somebody that's in that top 20% category, that triggers the use of the funds to mitigate the impact of losing a large taxpayer.
Similar to metal mines money.
Like the mine.
Yeah, exactly, like a Lions Money Fund.
Mhm.
But I think this was Mako's brainchild, was it? Do you remember?
I
don't.
think it was, I'm sure they were definitely at the table, but it was, all these discussions over the years are, counties can't have a savings account. And they keep coming, all this legislation keeps coming at the county's budgets and this and that, and we can't even maintain, let alone expand services with those things happening. And so, when they're changing the tax code and all of this, it came through all of the legislation looking at tax rates and impacts to the counties. And so I'm sure definitely lobbied by Mako for this, but it was part of that whole discussion with, changing tax code.
Cause in the past, we could only take half the rate of inflation.
Yeah, it's very much tied to that. Half the rate of inflation over the past 3 years. Now we can do, up to 4% for the inflationary factor.
Or
If-
whatever.
Yeah, or whatever it is, like this year's 2.97%, so we can take up to 2.97%.
But we lose some of
But we lost
the newly taxable value.
some of that newly taxable value. So like I said, the newly taxable every year is we calculate, so we levied this much money last year. We can use the inflationary factor and we can levy that much more, 2.97% this year. But that newly taxable that wasn't subject to the cap front on the inflationary factor, we got 75% or something of it.
Yeah,
They
that's,
changed how much of that we get. So this was like a compromise. Okay, you can do this with the newly taxable that you have. So much of it you can put into a savings account for when you lose a large taxpayer.
it's not confusing at all.
No, not at all.
Did
But
you-
it-
did you get
Sit there
that?
For 10 years, or you can touch it?
No.
Or you have up to 10 years to hold the account.
No,
No, there's
if we
no-
lose a large taxpayer, then we can use the money.
There's no timeline on it.
So it just sits there.
Ideally, we wouldn't lose a large taxpayer, but,
Yeah.
We only have very few of them.
but you know, that happens like, is it Stillwater County? You know,
Lost their mind.
we haven't had one for a while, so, but
Like
somebody.
Ash Grove or
Ash
think of
Grove,
another big one.
Arts
Golden
Lumber is a pretty
Sunlight,
big.
or
Which one?
Arts Lumber is actually
Yeah,
a pretty big
Yeah,
taxpayer.
if one of those guys went down, we'd definitely be able to use a little bit of a savings account to offset
Yep.
that hit.
yeah, so like the things that you outlined when you read it, you know, you can use it for expanding employment base, incentives for expanding the employment base, attracting new industry, investing in infrastructure to get something in to keep jobs and tax base.
Similar to the metal mines. I think that was it, Mr. Chairman, why?
Okay, sir.
I think it is.
Okay, have a motion on the floor to accept resolution 16-2026, which is a large taxpayer reserve fund. I can call, let's see. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Is there anything else anyone has, they wish to talk about that's not here, for the best of, for the better of the company? If not, we'll be adjourned.
All right, short and sweet. See you, Terry.